So you think it's harder to score 30 points in a EuroLeague game than it is in an NBA game?
Yeah, 100%.
But there's better players over here.
Oh, way better players. Yeah.
Misses Doncic the rebound, fake, and a foul. 11 of 17. That's his 18th free throw tonight. That rattles in. He's mad at himself. Doncic trying to draw the foul, but he missed. Oh, late whistle and a foul.
Here's Carter. Stolen by Doncic. Could be fun. Doncic.
Despite the great things we've witnessed from Luka Doncic before this season, he's still managed to set the bar even higher, with the Dallas Mavericks now winning enough games to be near the top of the West. The MVP award is his to lose at this point. Before this recent flamethrower stretch of games for Luka Doncic, he was already having a stellar fifth season in the NBA, despite the Dallas Mavericks record being average at best. Watching Luka is watching greatness in transit. He's going to win the MVP award one day, probably multiple times. Now, after his recent scoring outburst, not only has Doncic added to his already impressive stats, but he's spearheaded a Mavs team that has the squad currently in reach of the top seed in the Western Conference. In today's video, NBA players react to Luka Doncic's insane season. Jason Tatum and Luka were locked in a tough battle for supremacy between two of the early frontrunners for MVP, and they did not disappoint. Tatum, in the end, led the Boston Celtics to victory over the Dallas Mavericks, despite Doncic's best efforts to pull the Mavs back within striking distance in the second half. One crucial play that dashed all hopes of a Mavs comeback was Tatum's resounding block on a Doncic layup attempt, with the Celtics leading by 14 with 2 minutes to go. Tatum's block eventually led to a right-wing deep triple from Jaylen Brown that sent TD Garden into a frenzy, having essentially put the game to sleep. After the game, Jason Tatum revealed that he and Luka Doncic joked about the play. Tatum admitted that he went up high to contest Doncic's shot because he was terrified to be put on a poster, while Doncic was shocked that the Celtics star even entertained the notion of him yamming the ball down Tatum's throat.
I told him I had to block it because, I didn't want him to dunk on me. And he looked at me, he was like, you thought I was going to dunk it? I was like, you never know. I was like, you tall enough where, you can play above the rim a little bit. But, obviously, one of the best players in the league and special talent and somebody I respect. So, just like competing against guys like that.
From Boston to Los Angeles, LeBron James gave credit where it was due after Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks erased an 11-point halftime deficit to beat the Los Angeles Lakers on Christmas Day. Doncic struggled early on and actually made just 10 points in the first half, as he had a hard time against the Lakers' double teams. However, he and the Mavs came roaring after the break, staging a historic 51-point third quarter to take the lead and eventually a win. Speaking to reporters following the loss, James had nothing but praise for Doncic. The Lakers forward was asked about Luka handling LA's double teams, and he admitted he wasn't surprised the 23-year-old scorer was able to overcome their defense. You see the same coverage over and over. You'll figure it out when you have a high basketball IQ, which Luka has. Then you trust your teammates to make the right play or knock down shots. But Luka's IQ is off the charts, and he's going to make an adjustment for sure, LeBron explained. There's no argument there for sure. Luka was at the center of the Mavs' comeback, and without him, it would have been impossible for the Mavs to turn things around after their first half struggles. If there's anything better than getting a big win over the defending NBA champions in front of a home crowd that made it feel like a playoff atmosphere in November, it might be getting praised by your peers immediately afterwards. After Luka helped in the win over the Golden State Warriors, reigning Finals MVP Stephen Curry had some very complimentary things to say about his performance.
I mean, his size and his ball handling skills keep you on the edge the whole game just because that plus, being a three-level scorer, you have to kind of worry about everything. You don't want to get a step-back threes going, so you got to press up on him, but he's shifty and got a great handle, so he can use his leverage to get by you, and then obviously his court vision is unreal, so, he's kind of the offensive, package of being just a playmaker and a scorer. And when he's knocking down shots like he did tonight, it's tough. You kind of want to take something away from him, but he kept making play after play. He even made a couple of defensive plays on the other side, a couple, steals and a strip on me. But you know, he's been playing at an extremely high level, and he's been getting better every year.
Curry and Doncic have always had the utmost respect for one another throughout their battles on the court over the years. Through 15 games played against each other, playoffs included, Curry has 8 wins and Doncic now has 7 after the Mavs' latest one. Although Doncic has gone toe-to-toe with Curry statistically, the thing he cares about the most is getting over the hump and winning an NBA championship with Dallas. Doncic and the Mavs came up 3 games short of reaching the finals last season, as they ran out of gas against the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals. If we're lucky, we'll get to see Doncic climb that mountain sooner than later. And it would be pretty cool if that path included the Mavs going through Curry's championship-tested Warriors. Feels like Doncic is already on his way to becoming one at just 23. Doncic has less help around him than any other player ever after the Mavericks let Jalen Brunson walk over the offseason. But he's kept Dallas afloat, because no player alive is more capable of single-handedly carrying an offense. At 6'7", 230 pounds, Doncic has airtight ball handling ability, deep shooting range, immaculate touch, and the vision to make any pass on the court. What he lacks in top-end speed or leaping ability, he easily makes up for with raw power, old-school craft, and the increasingly more believable idea that he can pull off any move on the court. Among the factors that have helped in the recent success has been the involvement of Christian Wood in the starting lineup. Dallas has a 6-1 record this season when Wood starts alongside Doncic, with all of their wins occurring during their active 6-game winning streak. Wood has been highly impressed with Doncic's recent play. He went as far as to say that he's never seen anything like it during his 7 seasons in the NBA. For someone that played with superstars like Giannis Antetokounmpo and James Harden, that's saying something.
It's incredible. I've never, since my 7 years in the league, I've never seen anybody, do what he's able to do. But he just has to keep it up. He's on an incredible run. He's playing like an MVP, like clearly one of the best players in the league, and happy for him.
Playing alongside Doncic more after being integrated into the starting lineup has been helpful for Wood. During the Mavs' 6-game winning streak, he's averaged 19.2 points, 6.7 rebounds, and 2.7 blocks. He's showcased his impressive potential alongside Doncic. Doncic has thrived while playing alongside Wood, versatile offensive skill set that can counter any defensive coverage. When teams are in a base pick-and-roll coverage, Wood can make drop coverage pay with his shooting ability in the pick and pop. He can also finish against contact in the paint if needed, along with catching the lob. It's almost hard to believe Doncic had another leap in him this season until you remember he's still so young. Without Brunson around, Doncic is carrying the largest usage rate in the league, and he's producing at career best in terms of both scoring volume and efficiency. Somehow, Doncic has become more efficient with a historic workload on his shoulders, and proving to be indefatigable even as every opposing defense loads up to stop him. It's easy to notice what Doncic lacks in terms of elite athleticism or three-point shooting. He's hitting 35% of his threes for the 3rd year in a row, but that only makes his production even more remarkable. Doncic has been called a bigger James Harden, but that comparison overlooks the simple fact that his game gets even better in the playoffs, not worse. This is already the most intimidating individual matchup in the sport. And in case you forgot, he's 23 years old. And what do you think about Luka? Is he the MVP? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more amazing NBA content. Thanks for watching.